That's it. I'm not cooking. I'm not. I don't feel like it. If I have to do that, why do I need you?
An interview done on Cam Newton's podcast with Stephen A. Smith, where he said some things, and I want to come and elaborate on what he says because people are buzz about it, and I actually feel where Stephen A. Smith is, and I feel it. So let's take a listen to what he said on Cam Newton's show.
This assault against masculinity, it's gonna end with this. I don't care. I can cook for myself. I don't want to. I want you to cook. I'll pay for the food. I'll take you out. I'll take you out every week. Yeah. We're doing it. But damn it, the only thing I'm doing for myself is getting up for some cereal. That's it. I'm not cooking. I'm not. I don't feel like it. If I have to do that, why do I need you?
But
that's me. I'm just being that. I understand it comes across as chauvinistic, but I just finished saying, I'll take you out. I'll buy the food. I'll take care of whatever you need me to take care of. But damn it, I walk through my crib and you there, I better not smell pine sol. There's a problem. If I'm smelling pine sol, why are you there? Why? My sister has her own family. If my sister knows I'm coming, the minute I walk through the door, I'm smelling food. She knows that. She's my sister. You the woman in my life and I'm smelling pine sol, that ain't gonna last. I assure you that. Go get the brother that don't mind. I hope he can offer you what I'm offering, because it ain't gonna last. I'm just telling you my flavor.
Yeah.
That's me. Ain't gonna change.
Does she work?
Yeah.
Stephen.
Oh, yes. Why? Because I don't want you home all day long thinking about what I'm doing.
But
I need you preoccupied. I need you preoccupied with life. Do you? Listen, man, I don't require much. It doesn't matter. If you in my life, especially now, if you in my life, you're good. You're good. But I'm going to get a hot meal now. I said a hot one. I ain't say no cold.
But
I said a hot one.
Fresh.
Minute I walk through the door, I didn't say it even got to be ready. I'm not being like that. I'm just saying I need to smell food.
These are your preferences.
My preferences. My preferences.
So there we go. That was, it's got some folks bothered. And I want to come through and maybe bring some light on some of the things that he said, because I understand them from a man perspective. I don't think that I'm a chauvinist. Now, I can say that I do see where you may get chauvinistic from what he says. And at some point he says, I'm not a chauvinist. Or I understand this may sound chauvinistic. You know what I'm saying? But he said, and we're going to go by one point at a time, and I'm just going to add on a little sauce, a little of my perspective on what he said. And some of those things are definitely inflammatory, but I hope I can shed some light. And that is what Just Hear Me Out podcast is about. He says, I can cook for myself. I don't want to. Now, I will say, we're going to start off, and it may be inflammatory now even for me, because I'm going to say, and I've been saying this for years, I find it a tragedy that women teach their sons how to cook. And here's why. Because when he grows up, he's going to say exactly what Stephen A. Smith has said. I can cook for myself, but I don't want to. Now, if your son couldn't cook for himself, he would be forced to find somebody who could. And you could argue me and fight me tooth and nail. I am not going to relinquish the idea that a woman cooking for a man in some way, how do I say it? It makes him feel nourished. It's nutrition. It's nourishing. She's cooking. He's being nourished by her hand. Because at the end of the day, the woman wants security. The man wants nourishment. You can try to angle this, and I'll debate you. You can come underneath my comments. I don't know if Otis Clip gonna clip this one for y'all so that you can hear it, and then we can debate. I may clip it for myself. But at the end of the day, I don't think that a woman needs to teach her sons how to cook, because he needs to be put in a position to where he has to find someone that's going to do it. Because over the course of the relationship, she is going to find ways to get out of cooking, or she's going to stop cooking. And it's not bad, because and it's not everyone, and it could definitely be negotiated or navigated to where she doesn't have to. But he needs to find, because what's not going to happen is he's not ever going to be able to stop working. You know what I'm saying? And then the point that he gets rich and he don't have to literally go to work anymore, we gonna delve with that, something that he said later on in the conversation. But we're gonna go to the next point. He said,
That's it. I'm not cooking. I don't feel like it. If I have to do that, why do I need you?
and that, I think then as he says, that may sound chauvinistic, but let's think about it from a woman's perspective. You're with your girls. You're complaining about your man because he ain't working. And you are. And you're paying all the bills. And maybe at some point he's doing some things that you don't like or you find disrespectful. Out of your mouth is going to come, sir, you don't deserve no respect. Or at least in your mind, out of your mouth with your girls, he not working. Ma, if he not working, where the hell you need him from? You can get D anywhere. He ain't working. Right? Right? What is it? What is a man who doesn't provide you security useful for? If it's just D, he ain't staying with you. Unless he finessed himself in for that PS5, but at some point you're going to get him right up out of there. Because he not providing where you need him to provide. That's an argument that you could try. We could try to, you could try to lose me in the nuances, but at the end of the day, if he not providing security, going to work and coming home and paying them bills, what use is he to you? You can try to say, well, I need companionship. Get a companion that don't work then. Get you a companion that don't go to work and don't pay no bills. And move him in, give him some booty, and say that's just my companion. He don't gotta work. That's not why I got him here. You know what I mean? So that's that right there. That's a dead argument. You know what I'm saying? And because we'll say you're chauvinist because you're saying all the woman's job is to cook and clean. No, she's much more than that, of course, because a lot of women can cook and clean. But I guarantee you there's women out here that got the personality type. We laugh at the same jokes. We find the same things interesting, the same things funny. We click on other emotional levels, but she's cooking and she's cleaning. Because guess what I'm doing? Going to work every day. And I'm not going to complain about that. That's been instilled in us. Something somewhere, we've lost the gender roles. To be honest. And men still keeping theirs. So we may have lost, some men have lost the roles too. But imagine if we all was walking around here saying, but I'm not finna, I don't feel like, it's not my job in this relationship to work. Now, today, because of the economy, it may take 2 jobs, and that's fine, and you can work those things out. I'm not here to say that a man can't go to work and come home and cook, especially if his woman is going to work and contributing to the household financially. And I need to say that if she's going to work and contributing to the household financially, then he definitely need to be helping with the cooking and the cleaning. I got to say it again, because if I don't, y'all going to run off with the part that you want to run off with. If you as a woman are going to work and contributing to the house financially, he need to be doing some of the cooking and cleaning. And I stand 10 toes down on that. And I think that any man worth his value, it will say the same thing. He needs to be helping out around the house, period. There's no way that you should be going to work, contributing to the house financially, and you coming home to cook and clean. In 2026, economically, it might not be possible. But in a way where she is, we're gonna move on. He said,
but damn it, I walked through my crib and you there, I better not smell pine sol. There's a problem. If I'm smelling pine sol, why are you there? Why?
Hey, what's wrong with pine sol? First off, I'm only really making that plug about the pine sol because what's wrong with pine sol? Pine Sol mean your house clean. I came home and that's what matter of fact, later on that clip, he talk about how the dynamics of children being raised and how they was tasked with cleaning the house and cooking and all of that. And that's, the house better smell like Pine Sol when my folks came in the house. That means we did something. So that Pine Sol one right there, nah, but I do, yeah. It's nothing wrong to come in the house and expect the house to smell like food. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? You expect that check to hit on Friday and for him to take you out, don't you? Don't you? You expect to go shopping on the weekend with his check, don't you? Well, can he expect something? Because it'll be crazy if he expect booty. Because now I'm not no piece of meat, is what you're going to say, right? And listen, I'm not no piece of meat. Okay, well, what if he not a check? Let's be fair. Let's be fair. So he also said, if
I assure you that, go get the brother that don't mind. I hope he can offer you what I'm offering, because it ain't gonna last. I'm just telling you my flavor.
Yeah.
That's me.
you get a brother that's gonna allow you not to do nothing. You're not going to find one, or you'll be hard pressed too. In my opinion, that's probably part of the thing that Meg ran into. You don't believe? Listen, on her song, we could say the song ain't real, but on WAP, where that her co-artist Cardi B, who also had her own problems, right, said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got some." Well, that's everywhere. When you know what I'm saying? And when we done with that, we gonna eat in this mug. And we gonna eat. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and they brought up the point where he's rich, so he should be able to afford a maid and housekeeping. But he can. But what if he want you to do it? If you want that lap of luxury, Kevin Sanders used to tell you all the time too. You want a 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack man? That's gonna cost. That's gonna come at a cost. It's gonna cost you something. Either you're gonna have to rise up to the occasion and be all that man needs you to be, or you're gonna have to step aside as he entertains other ones that's going to be what he needs them to be. So the other thing he said,
Does she work?
Yeah.
Steven.
Oh, yes. Why? Because I don't want you home all day long thinking about what I'm doing.
But
I need you preoccupied. I need you preoccupied with life. Do you? Listen, man, I don't require much. It doesn't matter. If you in my life, especially now, if you in my life, you're good. You're good.
I want you home all day thinking about what I'm doing. And that also affirmative. Because if you at home all day and you ain't cooking and you ain't cleaning, all you doing is worrying about somebody else. I work in the movie industry as a driver, and I'm going to say on the podcast, they're not gonna like that I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. We don't really do a lot. We spend mounds of hours doing nothing. And it is my observation that when no one has something to do, they worried about what everybody else is doing. Backbiting, saying, "Oh, he don't know how to do this, or they doing this, or they messing up over here, or they doing that, because you don't got nothing to do but worry about what another man is doing." I think this is why I think maybe it's 1 or 2 Thessalonians 4:11 says, "Do your own business." Mind your own business and work with your hands, or do your own business. I'm gonna have to see. Let me see if I can Google that real quick. But it leans into, if you ain't got nothing to do, you worried about what everybody else is doing. Let's see. Work with your own hands. There you go. 1 Thessalonians 4:11. It says, I'm just trying to find where to get a verse right out because it wants to give you. It says, "And make it your ambition." No. Yeah. "Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your own hands." And when you got something to do, you're not worried about what everybody else is doing. But if you're a wife and you sitting at home And you ain't got nothing to do, I guarantee you chasing behind your man, worry about what your man got going on. Or you peeping through your blinds looking to see what everybody else got going on. Still ain't no good because it's profitable for nothing. Chasing your man down, wondering what he doing, bugging him all day. It's for nothing. Nothing. You gotta find you something to do. And he literally says this. He literally says what y'all be out here talking about. I got my iPad on and look and stuff about Clay and Megan popping up right here. You know what I'm talking about? Trump being shot at. It was like, who cares about that though? It was staged. Listen to my last podcast. But you ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got nothing to do. He said, I think Cam said, what about work? And Steven said, yeah, she got to work. She got to work. She got to get here out in the world and do you, right? Ain't that what y'all like to say? Oh, I'm just doing me. So do you. Find you something that you love. I would be willing to say, Steven really ain't saying go get a job. Just find something that's going to occupy your mind and your time, that's going to turn into something. Working with your own hands. Listen to me. For those that are Bible Belt people out here, Proverbs 31 woman, definitely not sitting at home. Go read it. She out here in the street making transactions, getting money, getting food, getting things for the house and for her husband, making sure her husband getting praised out here, making sure he getting his credit for what he doing. She not sitting at home. So when Stephen A. Smith says, yeah, go get a job. Listen, first off, it's not just, from my opinion, this is just snacks. So just hear me out. It's not just so that she can stay out of his business, like he got something nefarious going on. He trying to do a man's job. And you calling, checking on, he bothering, you know what I'm saying? Come on. You want the man to get his work done? You know what I'm saying? You gotta let the man alone, let him do his work. But the second thing is really self-beneficial. Now, he's not gonna say this, but I am. It's beneficial to you. Because then when we talk about the value you bring in the relationship, it's not a it is a communal value. I bring value to us by things that I do for us. But there is a thing that I think we miss as people. And women, you probably already tapped into it. Is that I got to get me for us. You see what I'm saying? I got to learn my value, earn my value, work for the thing that I like to do. I don't know. It may be bird calling. It's crazy, right? But I'm finna get out here and be the best bird caller. And I love it. I could tell whatever, I don't know. I write a book about bird calling. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do with it. Then you come home and that right there is going to have you feeling a certain way. That if your husband loves you, he going to give attention to it, right? And then there goes your value. And your part of your contribution to the relationship. Now, this seems like a weird or a funny thing, but at the end of the day, when women say after the children are gone, I have to find myself again. I think that if you had time in your raising of your children and in your keeping of a home to apply yourself to something that you may love. Yeah. And that's the application. When he says go out in life, do you. Find you something to do. Work. Oh, and then there is a third thing. There's a third thing I want to point at. And he says in the beginning, he said, I'll
pay for the food. I'll take you out every week. Yeah. We're doing it. But damn it, if you in my life, especially now, if you in my life, you're good. You're good. Just being there. I understand it comes across as chauvinistic, but I just finished saying, I'll take you out. I'll buy the food. I'll take care of whatever you need me to take care of. But damn it, I walk through my crib and you there, I better not smell behind Saul.
He said, I'll take you out on dates. He said, I'll buy you everything you need. This communicates to me that he don't need your money. You can go to work if you want. Keep your money. He rich. What he needs your money for? But he telling you to go to work. And then he said, I'm going to buy the food for you to make the groceries. I'll buy all the things that you need. I think that it may come down to whatever cars or clothes, or he may give you an allowance for all of that. communicating that as his wife, you go work, but you still get access to his money. Keep all yours. You just got to have something to do besides bugging me all day long. You know? And that's so, I think that's that. And then he said,
Just Hear Me Out podcast with Snacks and Big Flav. Not a tongue bitten and always worth a listen. Weekly on your favorite platform.